More than
Father,
that.
we're gonna take those apartments.
One of those right, they had to walk it, they didn't want the
So
stairs.
everybody doesn't
Correct.
put it in the record.
Mario, we wound up going in, Chester Heights.
Okay.
He couldn't walk up the stairs, but he wanted it, he just couldn't get up the
They
stairs.
were brand new.
Yeah, they were brand new that day.
This must be Scott.
Scott, you guys got enough space for me?
No. Standing room only.
Good luck finding a seat.
That's the applicant.
Oh, okay. And who's the
Ready.
other
You ready?
Contract.
Okay, it's 7:01. The Town of Chester Zoning Board of Appeals is called to order. Let's start with our introductions. We'll start from my far left. I'll use this as the roll call.
Tom Atkin, Walter Papello,
Melissa Foot, secretary.
Greg Feigelson, Chair.
Julie Bell.
Dan Dollinger.
And Elise Tribune, attorney.
Right, you should be here, right? Exactly. Thanks. Okay, so let the record reflect that we have a quorum. And now let's, if you'll join me, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance.
United States of America. And to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so we have, well, welcome back, everybody. So we have only one item on the agenda this evening. This is Kendrick application for 8 Ruth Lane. Is that the correct address? Okay. We'll talk maybe.
I
Tom,
rode up the road yesterday and it, on this thing, it said, it looked like it was 18.
No,
Okay.
first one on the right.
Okay, just.
Yes, the only house on it, yes,
Yeah.
sits up there.
Okay, so I guess, Craig, you're representing the applicant, or it doesn't matter. We're very informal.
I'm the contractor, so
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
maybe I can answer
Yeah.
questions a little more.
Found them on Yellow Pages.
Yeah, there you go. Good Yelp reviews. Okay. So, so you're here because of a building permit denial that was issued on the 11th of March, having to do with 2-story garage. And apparently there's an issue with the height relative to our zoning. So I will let you talk us through what it is you're looking to do. And we have some visual aids here.
How you like these?
We could start with the, why don't you start with the
I'm not a
plain
public
plan?
speaker.
You know, just the, yeah, the white, yes, exactly. Maybe one of
Yeah, so as you can see, we're looking to build this garage for Mr. Kendrick here. We're trying to keep it aesthetically pleasing to kind of match the neighborhood / the house. You know, we could probably achieve the inside space with a lower pitch roof, but I just don't think it's going to fit and look proper in the area. You know, I mean, 24 feet, we're looking for 3'10". It's not going to be higher than the house. The back bed's actually kind of built into the hill, so you could be able to walk in upstairs via just off the ground. So the right side and the back side are kind of built into the hill. And I don't know. That's
So you're saying it's higher, it's lower than the height of the house? Or the house
it's probably about the same.
about the same?
Yeah, it's definitely not lower. Just about the same.
And is this a stock plan, or was this designed specifically?
Oh no, this is an architect.
This is our,
Yeah, this is as far as we brought it. Just God forbid we can't move forward. We don't want to have full
Gotcha.
construction
I'm
plan
trying
to
to
spend the
match
money.
the garage to the house.
Yeah,
So if you saw a picture of the house,
it looks similar.
it's instead of 3 dormers, it's going to be 2 dormers, but the house looks like that. It's 3 dormers and it's that
Right.
shape.
We might eliminate one dormer, just thinking it's too much for the garage. Put 2, change the spacing a little bit.
so the height is for design?
It's more for the pitch of the roof
Okay. Not so
And-
much, not
and
so much
for-
utility
and for design.
and for design.
You know what I mean? Because I don't know, he's got I think it's a 12-12. If we went to looking what we're looking to do here, we're going to be at like a 4. It's kind of like, it's not going to look nice. It's going to be almost a flat roof in essence,
I need certain, I probably should, I don't know what to say or not to say. I need a certain height in the garage so I can stack cars.
Mhm.
Right? Dan knows my father, all my father's fault, but there's a rationale why I need the ceiling height in the garage, right? And it's actually lower than I really want. I really want 13 feet, but I think it's 10.
Yeah, I think we're at 10,
So
yeah.
it's kind of really at the middle. So for the space upstairs, you know, the architect and whatever came up with, you know, the current height. But as Craig mentioned, the left side, if you saw the property yesterday off the back of the driveway, you know, it starts to increase in elevation. So the back end of it and the right side is pretty much gonna be almost buried into the hill. So it's not blocking any sort of, view of any, you know, surrounding neighbors.
It's actually lower than the neighbors.
Yeah, the
Down the
neighbors
closest,
sit
they're higher.
Why don't we put up the overlay that I put together showing the neighborhood?
One thing that I need to mention that you
Yeah.
can't see with these plans is the back is
It's kind of hard to
somewhat of a dormered roof. It's not just a standard gable,
see. Too many lights, yeah.
similar to his house, actually.
Well, you can shove those lights up. Michelle, shove those
I don't know if
lights
it's a
up,
salt box, but
please.
it's not a salt box.
Thank you.
So I created this overlay with Google, you know, the satellite view and the plan, just to give the board a sense as to
Sure.
where
I
the.
can describe it if you want me to.
Oh, sure, yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, it's
Yeah.
approximate because I'm
Want this?
trying to, pointer?
Laser,
oh, this is great.
just push the button right there.
All the great toys. So this is my house here, okay? So my property goes basically all the way up here, or you see the line, obviously. All right, this house here.
Oh, you broke it.
Yeah.
Instead of using batteries.
there's
This
plenty of.
house here actually sits up,
Mm-hmm.
so I would say the foundation here is at the same, like, there's a hill here.
Mm.
Right, that kind of surrounds it, like they dug this portion of the hill out to create the driveway and the house, so the house is kind of level. But this house here, the foundation is probably at equal elevation to the top of this hill here, which I would say is, I don't know,
It's probably 15 feet.
yeah, at least. And this house is significantly higher. So, and this house is significantly higher, and it's set back, the garage is not gonna come back to right about here, probably, somewhere in that area. So if this neighbor here was concerned about his view of the valley, which would go this way, right, he can see the valley. Right, it's not obstructing any sort of view of any of the neighbors. And like as Craig mentioned, the back end of it is going to be basically a walk-up. So from the back side perspective, you're only gonna see the back side of the one story. It's not, you know, it's not flat, if that helps you.
Mhm.
Can I keep this?
Sure.
I said nobody ever. Any
Have a
board
cat.
members have any questions?
Yeah, if you have a
No,
cat, you have a lot of
sounds
fun.
good.
Yeah.
Sounds good, you put it on my property.
What's it?
It's
Yeah.
nicer on my property.
Well,
Seems to be a new trend, building garages that are bigger than the principal dwelling.
Yeah.
Well, my wife slowly realized that, you know, and she's like, what are you doing?
Sorry.
Oh my God.
That's what I
And
did
the
at my
second-
house.
And just to be clear, the second floor is for storage,
Yeah.
George,
We're not even putting water into here, just electric.
just electric.
Yeah.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the board have any questions, comments, concerns? Before we get on to some other issues that we identified when looking at the application.
So we're just looking for height, that's all we're
It's
looking for.
height, yeah, so, yeah, right, so,
we're looking for 3 feet.
310.
So 9811A says that the maximum height allowed in an accessory building is 24 feet, and the applicants are looking for 2710, which is 3 feet 10, is it 3 feet
310, yeah.
310, yeah.
Okay.
What's 3 foot 10 squares?
Hey, Danny, how
Yeah.
big are your kids? How
What?
tall are your kids?
He's got,
They're taller than that, yeah.
I think you're like 8 foot tall, those kids.
You see what
Where'd they
310
go?
is?
we're very, very
Steering
big
there.
into visual aids here, obviously.
That would have been a good
Where's
age.
the other one?
She's a Pitts.
Okay, all right, so there are no further questions about this aspect of the application. I guess site visit probably would be helpful to visualize some of the
Yeah, it definitely would
topography.
help. I mean, because it is a little bit of an odd spot. It's not
So-
just flat, you know?
Tom, does that description consider, I mean, it's pretty far
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
from the-
he's got no neighbors on that side of the road, you know, it's,
Okay, I
And
think
it's
we'll
not
take a
really
ride out
gonna
there tomorrow.
be
Yeah.
much higher than the hill. You know, I don't think it's that bad.
Well, it's gonna be one story above the hill.
Yeah, and the
What?
hill.
Yeah, it's a
goes
straight
up,
line across the bridge of the house, you know?
And the hill goes up behind you.
Yeah, it goes higher.
Yeah, but
Up to the crest, which then over the crest goes into LaRue's property.
Yeah, like you would never see this from Kings Highway. not that that matters, but looking
No,
from Kings Highway to the right, you won't see even the peak, You can't see his house and it's lower. The hill drops down behind the house.
One of the LaRue's property, which lives right on Rich, they wouldn't even be able to see it.
Okay, if we've done talking about the potential impact of height, could we switch to the overlay, the second version of the overlay? So there's some other potential variances that might come into play here, unless you decide to move the building a few feet in one direction or another.
Yeah, I don't think it's set in stone yet, but it's relative close.
Oh, that's
I don't know if there was something with the
engineering
house
thing
maybe.
set in stone.
Well, no, I mean,
Just
if we have to move it a couple feet to,
Yeah,
make things work, obviously we can do
Just
that.
to move back, it was really,
yeah, well, okay, so. One with the red line. No, not that one.
how big is your lot there?
5.
5 point something, right? Is it 5 point? Yeah,
Okay, so the other issue that was identified is that you are in the side yard setback, which is 40 feet.
oh, I thought it
So
was
that
6.
red line is in my attempt up, it's very approximate. So you're, let me just make sure I got this right. So, yeah, so according to 9811B1, you have to respect the side yard setbacks for accessory buildings. And
100%.
so that red line is part of the side yard setback of approximately 40 feet. So you're about 2 feet, 3 inches. You have 37.9. If I read that plan, it was a little hard.
100%, yeah, that's what I said.
It's 37.9. Okay, so then you're about 2 feet, 3 inches, too close to too far into the side yard
Right.
setback.
I think that's negotiable, not negotiable, but it'll be changed because I don't even think that's the proper.
It's not, it was actually supposed to be closer to the house.
It's supposed to be closer to the house, more probably on the same angle of the house itself rather than,
It looks like it's,
straight to the road, if you will.
yeah.
See how the house is.
Yeah, I just put that box on top of the drawing.
Yeah, no, it's exactly how the drawing was.
Okay, good.
So we came up with the placement via phone call.
Perfect.
I never actually sat
Okay.
down with the architect at this point
Okay.
yet, you know what I mean? So we can adjust it as necessary.
Yeah, so there's actually 2 issues with the side yard setback. The other one I'm gonna call up.
I mean, is that even in proportion? I don't know that box in proportion. No?
That should be the scale.
Yeah.
Should be pretty close, yeah, because he has to draw it to scale to get dimensions. So it needs to be 40.
Yeah, so 9811B1 says construction of accessory buildings may be allowed in the front or side yard, but not within the required minimum setback, which is 40 feet in this
Okay.
case, of such front or side yard on lots containing 5 acres or more. Not sure that's the way I would have written that sentence.
Yeah, it's a little odd.
That's where we are. However, such accessory structures shall not be visible from the road on which the parcel fronts.
Oof.
So I guess my suggestion would be if you could move it out of the side yard setback, you would avoid having to deal with these potentially 2 additional variances in addition to the height variance.
I think I lost you there for a second. You're saying you can't see it from the road?
If the building does not, it can't be seen from the road if it's,
5 acres.
yeah, if it's, okay, let me rephrase the sentence to make more sense. Construction of accessory buildings on lots containing 5 acres or more may be allowed in the front or side yard, but not within the required minimum setback of front or side yard. However, such accessory structures shall not be visible from the road on which the parcel fronts. So in other words, if you had 80 feet on that side and you put the garage appropriately, not in the setback, you still would have you would still have to worry about its visibility from the road. Is that get that right?
Sounds like what you read. That's what it
Yeah,
sounds
I
like.
mean, to me, it seems a little odd that you allow
Yeah.
an accessory structure in the side yard, but you don't want it to be seen from the road.
Right, exactly. It's peculiar,
Only on 5 acres.
but only on 5 acres, which makes it even more peculiar because
Well,
it's such a large. If the property is long, and the side yards, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's weird.
yeah.
Technically, if
We
you
didn't
had
write
good
the-
eyes, you could see it.
We're
from
not
the road.
responsible for the code. We just
Well, if you got a garage doors in front, you really got to see from the road, so you can go into the garage.
But if you move it out of the side yard,
So if we move it to 40
you move
feet
it-
or more,
yes,
we're covered there.
yes.
Oh, okay, so that's actually an
Is that
easy
correct?
fix in theory.
Yes, that will fix, they won't need a side yard variance, area variance, but just to be safe, I think the board should consider granting a variance from
The visibility.
the visibility, because honestly, that doesn't make sense.
It's-
No.
It's very strange, yeah.
It
I
is.
could be honest, I could see the World Trade Center from Rawway. Or not Rawway,
Right, so two-
Ramsey.
two variants.
So you can see it.
We're not building the trade center, you know?
The visibility from this 9811B1.
Does it say at the end though, but not on private roads or anything like that?
I noticed that it's a private road. No, it does not say that road.
Yeah.
It does not.
Ruth is a private,
Yes.
Yeah,
It's sneaking out.
That change.
not really, it doesn't distinguish.
No, it doesn't.
private and public, so-
Right.
But still, that's another reason to grant visibility variance.
Right.
If
Yes.
the garage could be pushed back behind the back line of the house, then that would negate that as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And they only go
Oh,
for
it will
one
be.
variance.
but you still can see it from the road,
All right.
right? If it's in line with, if
No,
it's
it's just
just,
front or side only. If you move it out of front or side, I think then you're cleared, right? It's backyard. If it's in the backyard,
If it's in the backyard.
oh, it's gonna be
Again,
in the
it's a-
backyard, but you still see it from the road, that's fine.
I mean, that
Yeah,
doesn't,
that's
that's not
what
what
they're
this.
saying.
Oh, okay,
It's
so
not really in the backyard, though, it's in the side yard. Even if.
It depends on how you-
2.3.
Well, yeah, you- Yeah.
But if we make that straight with the house. it's
Yes,
all in the
if you,
backyard.
yeah, your problem is the backyard is defined by a line that runs along here. So this,
The garage is gonna.
this-
not-
It's gonna be parallel with the house.
It's
Okay.
not gonna be broaching the line of the back of the house. It's gonna be.
behind the
At
back,
least 10 feet behind the
It's
house.
gonna be at least 10.
It's just its angles off.
10 feet behind the line that defines the back of the
If
house.
this is
Right.
the back of the house, it's
Yeah.
gonna be the same angle of the house, but back.
Gotcha. I
So then
understand.
it's in the
not gonna be
backyard.
like that.
Yeah, so then I
It's
think
in the
then
backyard.
it just,
so it's okay.
then it's a
in the
scale.
backyard.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Then
the
you're-
back, it's
then you're-
defined as the back of the
Yeah.
house, right?
The way it's shown here, it is
It is-
slightly
well,
in
this
the
is
side
their-
I
yard
should have had
because
him
it's
change it, yeah, I
in
agree.
front of the back of the
100%.
house.
This is their original drawing, so yeah.
I mean, once we see the revised drawing, but remember, the side yard goes.
Yeah, it goes all the way.
parallel
Back of the house, right?
to the-
It's in back of the house.
So there's two side yards and a backyard. The backyard still includes the side yard setback.
Right,
Yeah,
but-
no
right,
matter
but-
what, I
right,
gotta
but
be
if you
40
move
feet
it-
from
if
that
you move
property
it,
line.
Right,
Right.
but you're gonna move it in and back.
Correct,
So you're gonna get out of the, yeah, obviously the side yard continues all the way back
right.
because it changes angle here somewhere. I didn't want to try to get
This
too
says what
fancy.
they're saying.
As long as it's behind the line that defines the back of the house.
Yeah.
Backyard, you should be clear of those two.
Yeah, because we definitely have to go towards the house too, because we're changing that angle. and that's an angle as well, yeah.
The back left corner
This-
is
this-
gonna be
this might-
closer
Not be.
to the pool.
Right. It's parallel.
It's gonna be parallel to the back of the house.
So if this was straight
Setback,
down.
say 8 to 10 feet.
Would you have,
Then it would be in back of the house. but this-
yeah, okay. So we're bringing that to your attention. Way this would
I
work.
appreciate that.
No, the way this would work is that the building department would know that you have to deal with this issue when you submit the final site plan. And we can just address this as the height variance and,
Yeah, that's incorrect the way it is.
okay, that's fine.
And I was under the impression for some reason it was 6 feet and I was shocked by that number, but
What was 6 feet?
setback.
For the Side yard?
Yeah. For an
Oh, it's
accessory.
5 feet for a shed.
Yeah, I think it might have been classified together for
Oh,
some,
okay.
it doesn't matter, you know, it is what it is.
Okay. Okay, so the next step would be, the board is comfortable moving forward. The next step would be to, let me just review a couple of other things. Yeah, the application is complete. Environmental assessment form is not applicable. No 239M is required. You're not within 500 feet of anything of note, but as far as we're concerned. We can do the secret determination next time. Yeah, so the next thing would be to, if you're amenable, the next move would be to have the public hearing, which involves some mailings, publication in the paper.
Right.
Something Melissa has all the instructions laid out
Okay.
for. Oh, you did already? Okay,
Yep.
fine, perfect. And then we could schedule that for our next meeting, which is April 10th,
Yep.
10, okay, perfect. Okay,
Right,
which-
Does it make sense to do the public hearing for the height when we know the other issues have to be addressed?
It's on the applicant to address that.
I'll have that addressed. Obviously, all I need to do is update this as far as the the way the building's situated. And then we'll be clear of those.
So then it's not,
You would just need to make sure the plans are to the building department.
100%. Yeah, I'll get it by the end of the
10
week.
days
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, they'll have by the end of next week or something like that. It's quick.
all
And
right.
again, if it's not going to be possible to get it out of the side yard setback or into the backyard, then, we would want to address that
Oh, yeah.
next in this public hearing as well. Otherwise, you have to go through the whole process again.
Yeah, no, we want to do that.
Yeah.
Fix that, so.
So I guess I have one question. I mean, I just don't want to, I just want to make sure when we adjust all this, what's our distance supposed to be from the house?
10 feet.
Oh, it's 10 feet. Okay. So that number. Perfect.
And further away is fine,
Yes,
as
that's
long as
the
it's a
minimum.
minimal 10.
Oh, yeah, minimum, right.
Yeah, minimum, right.
Okay. Someone like to make a motion to schedule a public hearing for April 10th for the Kendrick application? Julie Bell's made a motion. Someone like to second that?
I'll second it.
Who was that? Oh, it's Tom. Oh, you're keeping that. Okay, perfect. Okay. So take a roll call vote. Tom?
Yes.
Walt?
Yes.
I say yes. Julie?
Yes,
Yes,
Dan? Yes. Okay, so the public hearing is scheduled for April 10th, 7 o'clock. That's
Perfect.
the only thing on the agenda at this moment, right?
Correct, at this moment.
I
Well,
appreciate you guys coming out for this.
oh, no, no.
You know,
we
I know,
have
it's,
to.
I know you do, but it's like
Standard
I feel bad
business
to
for
run,
us.
You know,
Public hearing information.
I'll get that for you. Yeah.
Yes, I'll be sending you a public, a mailing list,
Okay.
and that has to go out along with the public hearing notice, which the attorney sent it to me, forwarded it to you. And then I have like a guideline list, a instruction list of what you have to do, of what publication needs to be posted in, published in, which is Times Herald Record. I have a list of everything. It sounds a lot more than it is, but it's very simple.
Are you gonna email it in or mail it or?
Well, we need to have, there's a fee for $75. If it's anything over 25 addresses, then it's $1 each. But
I'll get it all straightened out. Don't worry. Yeah.
Craig has been great.
We'll get it
and,
straightened out.
Very attentive with everything, so we'll be in touch.
You sure you described it?
I spoke to him, I called him last night. and,
You can find somebody else to build your garage.
Nah, he's been good, everybody. We love that. He's been very good.
Can I have this?
Of course. Any other business?
Oh.
Can I actually ask?
Of course.
A different question? So we own, Black Meadow Road, 60 Black Meadow Road, where, there's 2 commercial buildings there. So my father is interested in an addition there, but he actually heard that there was a moratorium on commercial buildings or extensions, or is that being lifted sometime in the near future? We just wanted to ask the question.
I think that's a town board question, right?
Yeah, so there is a update to the comprehensive plan, which has put a moratorium, but I don't know what the framework is around.
Yeah,
What's
we're still
there are some exceptions to the moratorium, developments under a certain, I don't know the details.
Okay, who would that question, that would be the,
Town board, right?
Town board, I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. All right,
Guess we're good.
if there's no other business, someone want to make a motion
to close the meeting? I'll second it.
Seconded by Tom. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody object?
No.
Anybody abstain? Meeting is officially closed. Thank you.
thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.